Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma.
My feeling is that this is our highest opportunity, is to know who we are clearly. Knowing means know and be that. And that's the only remedy for all the suffering that takes place on the planet. Okay, come on.
There is a question, and the question is, how can that which is empty know itself unless there is some intelligence present in it?
Yes, good question. Good question. It cannot know itself, like I was saying before, like a knife that can cut so many objects, but it cannot cut itself because it is one thing. Or like a scale that can weigh so many objects, but it cannot weigh itself because it is one. Or the eyes that can see so many objects, so many things, but they cannot see themselves directly. The self being one cannot see itself. In order to have the taste of seeing itself or seeing, it has to do some kind of trick. It has to do some trick. And the greatest trickster of all is consciousness. It has to manifest through consciousness, which is the medium through which it can have the play of diversifying itself. Without this diversifying, without manifesting as innumerable forms, it cannot have the taste of otherness. Without otherness, there can be no knowledge. Can be no knowledge. Knowledge of what? Knowledge of what? You see? So there has to be a medium through which something can be tasted, called self-knowledge. But the taste of self-knowledge, you see, has to be identical with the beingness itself. I gave a story, some of you have heard it before. I was born in a small town in Jamaica, and in those days many people would come, particularly Americans in those days, and they would visit and they would really comment on our town, and because it's like a rainforest but by the sea at the bottom of the Blue Mountains. And they would say, you guys, you live in paradise. You live in paradise. This is paradise. And we don't know what they mean by this. Y'all live in paradise. Okay? So we don't know this thing. All you know is the good intention is meant because the vibration is good. You say, thank you, but you don't know what it means. It means paradise even. But then years came and I traveled to other countries, and then after 7 years of being away, I finally returned to Jamaica first time after first travel, and coming back into my hometown, I said, this is paradise. This is paradise, because then you can compare. You have something. I don't feel my town is more beautiful than anywhere else actually, because I've been around to such beautiful places, but then I felt I could appreciate this statement. But if you don't have something to compare, what you know. So in order to compare, to say that this is good, you have to have something that you feel this is bad or something. This is the play of interrelated opposites. And without a duality, it's not possible. Without duality, there cannot be knowledge. There cannot be experience. So duality is not a mistake. Divine intention. Otherwise, no experience. All this that we see, including the ego, all is the self. All of it is the one reality. Even illusions are part of the reality. Everything, if you understood it like this, that is the one self that manifests through consciousness and through forms and expresses itself as innumerable forms and embeds itself in each form in the feeling I am. And then further on from this I am feeling, which is not personal, gets further identified with the instrument through which it can taste experiencing and arises as a me, I am me, George, Susan, whatever it is. Then you can see how this projection took place, and that all of it, as far as it is extended, is all the one pure consciousness. I use the example like the aerial of a television that you can pull out. It's one unit. When you buy it, it comes in a very small packet. If you take that to be the totality, a representation of the totality, the pure consciousness, you open a packet and you extend it once. And that extension is the extension into I am. Before I am, just the absolute is there. It says nothing. It doesn't say I'm the absolute. It doesn't know anything. It just is what it is. But with that extension comes the extension, the feeling I am, which is when out of this pure and within this pure completeness, consciousness appears. And consciousness somehow is the experiential realm. And as soon as consciousness is present, it can only manifest through some form. I am the body comes. And after I am the body, extend, then all the world is there. So whether fully extended or contracted into one, it's still only one totality. How can this absolute know itself? Without projecting as all this diversity, it cannot know itself. It doesn't know it is. It doesn't know the feeling I am. The feeling I am is there for that to know itself in the way that we call knowledge, to have a taste of something. So it can only taste maybe an aspect or an expression of itself when it manifests as this diversity.
So then we are both unmanifest and also that.
Manifest, yes. I wonder if you follow this. I would like to just to put a little bit more juice into that. We are almost three-aspected actually, as the unmanifest, the invisible within the visible. And when that manifests first into that, the earliest representation of itself is the feeling I am. This I am in each form is a magnificent principle. It's the godly voice, the godly taste, the godly feeling within each form. I is actually God. I am. I is consciousness. I am. I am is not a person. It's not a man or woman. Male or female body is there, but the I am is not the male or female. But it will function through that body and draw upon itself whatever conditioning arises through that body. It will take on that conditioning. At the same time, it remains pure. And at the same time, it then gets manifested and hangs out in the modification, I am this person, these are my conditioning, that's what it makes. The sense I am is the truest part of our representation, of our manifestation. The sense just I am. But who we take ourselves to be is a mixture of I am plus the conditioning, I am the body, and whatever conditioning arose upon that. That's who we refer ourselves as, we refer to as ourselves. Even the ego itself is also the self. It's consciousness. The jiva is Shiva. But it's limited. It's limited to its the unique elemental construction that creates the voice and feel and flavor in this body. And the conditioning that arose around it, education, propaganda, all of these things, all this function, gives each form its unique taste. But the essence is the same. The essence is the I am.